So we'll start creating some endpoints in here. Now, right now, we can't build any strakes or elements because we don't have any points to select to define where they're located. So the first thing we'll do is we'll create a new endpoint. And this is the same dialog whether you're creating an endpoint or an additional node. And the additional node is just a single point in 3D space, just X, Y, and Z. And the endpoint is the X, Y, and Z points, but they're supposed to be at one end of the module and the opposite end of the module. And you can see by default, the X values are pre-populated for the reference end of 0 and the opposite end, and we know the total length is 2.5 meters because we have those 10 quarter-meter sections in there. So the first one we're going to put at the origin, right along the X-axis. So we'll go ahead and create the first one. And there it is. If we cycle the points, you can see the red points appear. If I hit escape here to unselect it, you can actually see the endpoint and all the nodes along the length. We'll hit ID to create a second one, and we'll simply put this one, and recall that the vertical axis in Maestro is the Y axis. So this next one we want to push out in the Z direction. So we're going to make this beam a 1/2 meter by 1/2 meter in terms of width and height. So we'll set our Z value to 0.5, and again we can either click down in the next box or tab through and put in 0.5 and create that one. Now we'll need another one at the upper corner, so we'll create the next one and we'll increase our Y to 0.5, create it, and if we create the fourth one, I think if we select an existing one, it grabs grab the values of that actual node, which is not what we wanted. We selected the endpoint here. And this is another thing that this will be more useful when you're defining things like quads and tries. It automatically cycles. When you put the cursor in a location in your dialog box here and you go to graphically select to populate a value, when I click on something, it's going to grab the X, Y, and Z value from that node and put it in this area and automatically moves the cursor to the next input. So when I clicked on that, it input these 3 values, and then I can click on the next one to get the second set of XYZ values in here. Now we want this one to be up higher, so we'll make this 0.5. Create that one. So now we have the 4 corners of our beam. Now actually we were going to have 2 strakes going across, 2 strakes going up, and 2 strakes going back in, but that means defining 3 more endpoints here. And there is a slightly easier way of doing it, which is to, especially since these are going to be planar, we can create one large one and then split it. And that additional endpoint will get created automatically.